Hi everyone, Macomb County Executive Mark Hackel, Sheriff Tony Wickersham, here just to kind of give you some updates on things that are going on law enforcement related, but most importantly a decision that we're kind of moving forward with regards to the jail and whether or not we're going to move forward with a millage request on behalf of the county for the public to decide upon. And we kind of decided right now would probably not be a good time to do that in light of everything going on.
Just a real tough time with the amount of businesses that are closed and people out of work. For us to really move forward with asking Macomb County residents to approve a millage for a new jail and sheriff's office complex, and especially with the historically low numbers of inmates that are currently incarcerated, really is making us kind of change our thinking and putting this on hold till things kind of settle down here.
And you're right, I think it would be very insensitive and irresponsible for us to continue to move forward. It is at an all-time low, the actual prisoner population. I think it's lower than it's been in 30 years, of less than 500 prisoners in the jail. And I don't think that's all due to the COVID. It's been a lot of work on behalf of this reform that we're seeing with those that are keenly impacted into this. And when I say keenly, I'm talking about the judges who really have come up with some great ways of dealing with specialty courts. And it's not so much just courts having it on their own. They're all buying into the specialty courts of dealing with people that have substance abuse, mental health. And if they don't need to be in the jail, let's not incarcerate them at an expense to the public. Let's figure out if there's alternatives to incarceration, like treatment.
Right. And when we started this project over 2 years ago, the information that was coming from the experts that were predicting numbers and what we might need into the future, we were looking at a 1,500 bed facility if we didn't make any changes in our criminal justice system. And what we've seen over the last 18 months is those changes are starting to come together. We're seeing the reduction in the jail population. We're seeing a lot of diversion. We're seeing a lot of alternatives to incarceration, tethers. So we're doing things that we're supposed to be doing to lower that population.
And so this whole tough on crime thing, I think, has been rethought by a lot of people that really understand the true issues that are going on with society. And again, we go back to mental health, substance abuse. It's trying to get to the root problem and issue, and how do we get people out back into the community as opposed to incarcerating them, because that doesn't help or fix anything. So again, we're holding off on this millage request till some time where we see the economy rebound. In the state of Michigan, over 800,000 people right now are seeking unemployment. The numbers are in the millions when we talk about nationally, and we don't know when that's going to change or when that's going to turn back around. But suffice it to say, at some point in time, we'll get ourselves back in play. The economy will start picking up again. And there's no question. I think everybody, whether it's the consultants that have been dealing with this issue, ourselves, and your experience in law enforcement, mine was for 30 years and now 10 years as executive, you've been involved in it. There's no question. There's a need for a new facility. Parts of that facility are almost 70 plus years old, for God's sake. So everybody agrees there's a need. But right now, we realize that would be very insensitive and very, I think, if you will, inappropriate, irresponsible to move forward right now.
Right, and we really have to take a look at what's going to happen in the future. Again, historically low numbers, and we'll see what happens 6 months in a year. See if those numbers go back up. If they stay flatten out somewhere, then maybe we can rethink exactly what size facility we need and where we might need to go into the future. But right now we have to put it on pause and think about the people and the residents of Macomb County.
So this August, you're probably not going to see, in fact you won't see this issue on the ballot. We're going to be notifying the Board of Commissioners who have to make that approval to put it on the ballot that this is no longer an issue to put forth to the voters, because we think it's better placed somewhere else down the road. In the meantime, we're going to continue to work with Tony, manage the facilities best we can to find appropriate space for inmates in that facility. But again, the numbers are down. That's a good sign. Yet even crime right now out in the community, I hear from you that it's incredible the less need for resources right now.
There's no movement out there. You have your businesses are closed. You have everybody's home, so your home invasions are down. But we're going to keep working out there to make sure that when you're home, you're going to be safe, and the men and women of the Sheriff's Office are there to protect you.
We're going to keep you safe, determined to keep your trust. So with that being said, I want to thank Tony for joining me on this update on what's going on, in particular dealing with this millage request on behalf of a new construction of a jail at the county. That's off the table for now, but again, sometime in the near future, we may be looking at revisiting that.